Welcome back to another day in my life. Today's video is going to be about a recap of last year, things that I've learned, things that I'm learning, and things that I want to prove about myself, and then just my goal for the 2026. I'm gonna try not to make this long and just get straight to the point. So, all right, let's just start it. So the first thing, things I've learned things I've learned just in general. Stop oversharing. I notice when you overshare, it backfires. It backfired so bad. And it's nothing wrong with sharing with people. Make sure you vet the person. Give the person time to show you who they are before you share personal things with people. I'm gonna give you 2 or 3 examples on how I overshared in my life. I notice, like, sometimes you ever been on the phone with somebody and you really ain't had nothing to say, so you just start sharing stuff that you shouldn't be sharing. Then when you get off the phone, like, why did I share it with her? Like, I wish I would have never told her that. Get off the phone. You know, stop staying on. If you don't have nothing to say, get off the phone so you won't end up oversharing. And then the same thing, you wish you never told this person, gonna go tell this person, and then or this person gonna use it against you in the future, just to save yourself that whole frustration of your business getting out or them trying you in some kind of way or throwing it back in your face. Just don't say nothing at all, right? Get off the phone. Or know when to shut up. Another example, just because I know I did this, just because I felt like, oh, once we start calling each other friends, I can confide, I also confiding into you. You know what I'm saying? Without giving it time to really see your character, giving myself time to see how you treat your friends. Like, for example, I had a friend that I shared, that we worked together at one point, and I had shared with her some of my experiences at the job. Like, I was getting bullied and just bullied and I shared me getting bullied in general. Ever since I shared that I got bullied, or I was getting bullied by somebody I work with, I don't think she intentionally said, "Oh, I'm gonna do her like that," but she did start to treat me different, and it was almost if like, well, she not gonna do nothing, she not gonna stand up for herself because she's getting mistreated by these folks. You know what I'm saying? That's the I didn't, in the moment, I didn't really see it like that way. I just, when things were happening, when I felt like she was just, when I started noticing she would do stuff to me I know she wouldn't do to her other friends, I thought maybe I'm being sensitive or maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. And like, I don't really have a lot of friends, so I don't have anybody else to like bring this topic to like see if I'm tripping or not. So looking back, this and looking back over my life, I did this another time with another friend I went to school with. I didn't share that I was getting bullied, but I shared that I'm not really a confrontational person. I don't do all that fighting and stuff. When I shared that with her, she always found a way to like try to like throw a jab at me, make a comment. Like, we had a little issue, me and this girl I went to school with, and we had a conversation about it. I thought it was over, but I guess it wasn't over in her head. And like, I felt like she basically tried me because I confided in her. that I'm really not a confrontational person. I don't do all that fighting. So if she know that I'm not confrontational. So she felt more comfortable trying me. And I had just got into that school, and I didn't even know her long enough. So my point is, like, had I not shared that, overshared, that spiritually more than probably would never happen. It's and but I'm glad it those situations did happen, because looking back today, I see why they did happen. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because my oversharing. I hope that makes sense. All right. Um. Which where I want to go get next? Like him, I learned that I don't have no boundaries. I like boundaries. And when you have like boundaries for a long time and you start setting boundaries with people, with friends, that's one of the hardest things to do. And that's gonna be very challenging. Going back to that friend I told y'all that bullied me. She did something to we had she did something that I didn't like. Right? And they had been sitting, and it pissed me off. And I stopped talking. You know, I took a break, a couple days. I ain't reach out to her. We normally talk every day. Took a break. She called me. Now, mind you, keep in mind she's in the wrong. She called me and she was like, I don't appreciate how when she called me, she basically act like it was my fault. Like I was wrong for being mad and not talking to her a couple days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she and I, like, you, like, and I was explaining to her, I have every right to be mad. And if I'm mad and I don't want to talk to you, that's fine. And she was basically like, and then she started trying to blame me for the situation. And that rubbed me, in that moment, I had so much to say, but I didn't say. And that's another one of my reasons. Another one of the things I learned last year, people pleasing. Because I was trying to, I was being a people pleaser, but not saying what I really felt. And because I didn't want to ruffle no feathers, make her even more upset, even though she was in the wrong, I got off the phone. You know, we said what we said, and we got off the phone. But it bothered me so much that one, I didn't speak up. One, I didn't really say how I feel. And two, she talking like she wasn't in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now when we on the phone together, now I'm just getting irritated by everything she say. I'm just like not really want to talk to her, but I'm doing it anyways because I'm like being a people pleaser. Don't want to. I'm trying to please her by not like making her upset by me calling her out on like her not taking accountability and her, you know, just being me, just being what's the word? Whatever. Her not taking accountability. So I just was like, it just kept bothering me. So I ended up calling one of my people that's in my life for advice, and she's like, basically, I need to set some boundaries, and tell how you feel. Here's the problem coming in: when you setting boundaries, letting people know like this not gonna be tolerated, you gotta be okay with losing a friend. Before I called her, I had already made it because I called her to want to let her know what she did. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate her not taking accountability. I didn't appreciate all this stuff he was doing. And before I call her, I made it a conscious decision. I don't care if we stop being friends. My intention is not to not be friends, but if I lose a friend, I'm okay. And my intention is to set a boundary and let her know this not going to be tolerated anymore. You know what I'm saying? Call her, We had a conversation. At first, when you first speak up for yourself, when you first you start setting boundaries or calling stuff out, it's gonna be like uncomfortable. But because when I called her, the conversation was a bit uncomfortable. When I don't know, I just got like this random wave of confidence because it's like it is what it is. I had already made it in my mind. I'm not holding back. I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm gonna lay everything out on line. And I did. And then she didn't like that. She didn't like that at all. It was a big back and forth about it. But at the end of the and guess what? That ended up that conversation right there. Me calling her, letting her setting boundaries. Me letting her know I didn't appreciate her for not taking accountability. I didn't appreciate her for placing the blame on me for something she did. That call ended our friendship. That call ended our friendship. But after I got off that phone, I felt powerful. Like this how I feel when you speak your mind? I shouldn't have been doing this. Why I was scared? Why I was scared to speak my mind? Like it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But that people pleasing will have you that people pleasing and being don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers will have you scared to was one of the reasons why I was scared to speak my mind. And honestly, I don't really have a lot of friends and I don't be want to lose my friends. But I have to just ask myself, is this the kind of friendship you want to have? People constantly trying you, think they can treat you in a kind of way and not take accountability. It's bothering you. They sleeping at night. Baby girl, I said everything. I ain't leaving nothing on the table. You know how you eat something, you fix you a plate and you eat everything out the table, out the plate, and it was good. That's how I walked away. I walked away with peace. I hope this is making sense. You know what I'm saying? So I like boundaries. When you set your boundaries, be okay with losing people. It's just what it is. And it's not, and you have to practice your boundaries. You have to reinforce your boundaries because if you don't, your boundaries are always going to get tested. And then if you don't stand on them every single time, it's going to happen again and again and again. So if you people pleasing, it's going to be hard for you to have boundaries and set boundaries because you're going to be scared to ruffle feathers. Another thing I've learned from last year is knowing when to let go. Like, I've been in friendships where I felt like, looking back, it wasn't the friend, it was me, my lack of boundaries, my people pleasing that caused the friendship and the relationships to go rogue, to turn bad. And when it's no respect and when you just doesn't feel good being around a person, it's just time to let go. And I've noticed like I tend to not want to be a person friend and I just hold on for the sake of not having nobody else. Truly. Not having nobody else. I won't, or I was like, dang, I won't have a friend to go this place or that place. But like when you think like that, you got to think about this. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Sometimes you hold on to people who just not bringing no value, who you feel a type of way, who you feel don't respect you, who just not good, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So yes, those are the four things. Oh no, one more thing. Um, overplaying my role. Overplaying my role. Like I was the type of person that I just felt that oh, let me show you. I want to be show you that I'm a good friend. So I'll just always, oh yeah, I'll help you. Just volunteering to help you, volunteer my time, um, um, volunteering my time listening to you talk about your man for 13,000 hours. Like I noticed when, because I was a person that always trying to be of service of somebody, they took me as the help and they treated me as the help. You know, don't offer yourself up so much with for people, especially when you get to know them. Don't offer up yourself, because I notice like every time I offer myself up to whether to help them with this, help them with that, or it always backfire, and I'm always end up being the help, or treated like the help. And I'll give you an example. I had met this friend and I did the same thing, talking to her, like listening to her about her man, whatever, blah blah blah. And initially, I shared some things about somebody I was dating, but I didn't no longer want to build a relationship out there, so I just didn't. I just stopped sharing about my personal life. But I noticed like I still will like be there for her when she talking about hers. Like I'm engaged, like to the point where it's affecting me. Like I'm damn near in this bad situation like you. And I'm always volunteering to do X, Y, Z for this person. Just not just her, just people I friends with. This person's birthday came up, right? And I was like, yeah, I'll help cook the food. Like I help cook the food. So I went with her. We went shopping to get all the food. I think I ended up buying a few things or bringing a few things to the party, right? I helped cook all the food, help her with all the food. It was just me and her, right? Other friends, so at the end of the party, we had it was just a small gathering, but we had a lot of food. So I was trying to get some so at the end of the party, oh no, the cake came. So she had this cake and I was just like wanted to get a slice for my dad. And I was like, oh, I want to just get a small slice and bring it to my dad because, the cake's so good. I want him to try it. And she was like, no. I was like, my dad can't get a slice of cake. It's not going to even be that big. I'm thinking she joking around. She's like, your dad ain't do nothing for me. And in that moment, I felt a way, people pleasing, but I didn't want to ruffle no feathers. Like, I didn't want to, like, and then I'm questioning myself. Maybe I'm overreacting. Like, I'm taking it personal. Like, she didn't mean it like that. But for her to say, oh, my dad didn't do nothing for her. And it's like, even if he didn't, I helped you with all this food and I brought some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we supposed to be friends. Anyway, and it was just a tiny slice of piece of it. So, anyways, I get the slice of cake and the slice of cake. And, I was like, all right, let me get, she was like, I think I was trying to get some to go place to go because, like I said, nobody really ate none of the food with so much food. You mean to tell me she did not want me to get any of the food? Like, and then I'm looking at her like, I know for a fact that none of your family that you live with is going to eat this food, and you're not going to eat this food. Like, I could not take any of the food. All I was able to get, even though I helped cook everything, I went to the store, helped her with, I drove her to, mind you, I drove her because she didn't have a car. So I drove her everywhere she needed to go to get the food to cook, and I helped her cook it. And I could not even get a plate to go. Right? I have always showed up as the help, overplaying my part, trying to be the good friend, and that's how she treated me, like I was the help. Mm-hmm. Only thing I was able to take was I think a spinach salad. Those two pieces of cake. I'm telling y'all, the thickness of those slices was this big, and like a spinach salad. that she didn't want. But any of the like the meat, the others, I wasn't able to take any. And I remember feeling some type of way. And I just like that was so messed up. And I just was mad at myself for not speaking up, but that people pleasing, not practicing people pleasing, you'll go back to being scared to speak up. You know what I'm saying? And I remember talking to her later on, and I was like, "Did you eat any of that food?" Because I just had to know. She was like, "Oh, I ended up throwing it all away. I had got sick." I drove you around to. You're just like, I'm not gonna lie, that really made me feel some type of way. I don't know if that. I don't know if it hurt my feelings. It did. It hurted my feelings that you were treating. I thought we was friends. You would treat me this way, but I can't get mad at nobody. I can still feel away, but the truth of the matter is how I guess presented myself made her treat me like that by overplaying my role. None of the food, y'all. I was just, and I really, I never brought it up, but I always felt some type of way about that, and I just thought that was so crazy. So make sure you're not overplaying your role, or you're gonna end up being the help. Things that those are the things I learned about myself. Things I'm learning to do, currently learning. Be comfortable with confrontation. Like, you're gonna have to have confrontation. Somebody said something, you talk to you crazy at work. Who are you talking to? I just had an incident at work where the lady team lead, I watched her. She's known to talk to people really nasty, and it was just my day, and she thought I wasn't gonna make it. She thought, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say something smart, but anyway, it didn't come out right. She just thought it was my day, but really it was her day to get checked, because that was never gonna ever happen. You tried it, and I understand it's okay. You didn't know that it's not gonna happen, so I had to tell her. So basically, be okay with confrontation and say it in a moment, or wait a few. If you think about it, it's still in your mind again, like how that person spoke to you. You bring it up later, respectfully, and don't make them make you. Don't let them make you feel like, oh, it doesn't matter. Talk about it. I had another incident at work with this lady. I asked her a question about her department. I was helping her out, and she was nasty. And I was just like, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I kept debating, am I tripping? Am I tripping? I said, you know what? I'm going to pull her to the side. I pulled her to the side. She apologized. I let her know. We haven't had no issue since. So I'm getting comfortable with confrontation and letting people know this is not going to be tolerated. Prior to something else I'm learning currently, prioritizing myself. That's just what it is. It's put yourself first. Every situation, put yourself first. Put yourself first. Put yourself first. Just is what it is. Spend I suggest you also taking some time out the week just for you. Whether that be a couple of hours that day. You might not know you need it, but you need it. Make yourself a priority in every situation. And you're going to see it's going to benefit you. Stop putting people first. Stop putting him first. Stop putting your homegirl first. It's never going to benefit you making other people priorities in your life when you're not one. That's just what it is. Some roads you're just going to have to walk alone. Some paths is just for you to go down alone, and you have to be okay with that. Yeah, it's lonely, it's uncomfortable. You don't even know what to do with yourself or your times, but it's just for you to walk alone, and you have to be okay with that. You have to And in order to get to that other side, you just have to do it alone, walk that road alone. Okay. I talked about that already. Stop overplaying your role in people's lives. Stick to what works best for you. If you notice, like, I feel better when I have a routine, when I get up a couple hours early to stretch and meditate before work, it makes me feel good, makes me have to stick to it. Stick to it like your life depending on it. And I'm a type of person that I work best when I have a routine, when my days are consistent, like, or planned out. Like, I don't like go with the flow. No, I need to know how my day's gonna go. It just helps me mentally. That's something. Oh, another thing I'm currently learning is to pay attention to how people make you feel and how things make you feel. If people, when you're around this person, you just like, oh Lord, it make you feel like, dang, why I'm around her, or like I don't like how it make me uncomfortable because she always talking about people, or he always gotta go, move around. I remember I was talking to this one girl. I was talking to this girl at work, and she said she was, she was basically bragging about how she's a mean person. I didn't even like how they. I made up in my mind we never hanging out ever. I didn't even like how they made me feel for you to just sit there and constantly say you mean, brag about being mean. We can't. I don't like mean people. I don't like brutally honest people. The truth hurts already. Why you are intentionally saying it in a way that's gonna hurt me even more? So if you're gonna intentionally hurt me, I can't. If you feel good, if going to the gym make you feel good, keep going. You getting older. Another thing, move your body, stretch every day, do something. It helps. I'm telling you, it helps. Um, what I'm doing to active fix these things, I am currently in therapy. I was like, obviously, I'm not doing something right. I need some help to fix whatever that's going on with me. So, I mean, initially, you're not gonna feel like it's helping. You're gonna feel like, dang, you want it to be overnight makeover with your life, with yourself, with your mind, with you're thinking. It's not. Everything is work. Therapy is work. It is what it is. It's work. Are you willing to do it or not? How bad you want to change? How bad you want this peace of mind? How bad you want to figure out how to get in the best place in your life? It's work. Another thing I'm doing to fix my situation or just be in a better space is to again prioritize myself, spending time with myself and doing things that makes me happy, that makes me feel good. And what's last question? What's my goal for 2026? 2026, I want to look back on the I want to look back at the end I want to say the beginning this time next year. Is it right? No, by the end of the year, I want to be looking at old videos and pictures of myself and be like, I cannot relate. I don't even know who that woman is. I want to be like, girl, who is this? I want to think about my old stuff and be like, who is that? I want to be like, I want to feel foreign to the person I was last year. I want to feel like that's so foreign. That's just definitely not me. I'm so glad I want to feel like a whole different person. Like, not just feel, I want to be a whole different person. I just want to be just a better human being. I just want to have success I'm going to have success. I want to be like, dang, I said I was going to work on that and I did. And I'm no longer like that. I remember when I was scared to speak up for myself. I remember I was people pleasing. I remember I didn't have no boundaries. Look at me, setting boundaries in the door, at the door. coming out the gate, I'm saying about So we're not gonna do this. I don't appreciate this. And when you talking to me, make sure you. That's what I want to be comfortable, like little. Oh shit! Hey, baby, don't ever get comfortable talking to me like that. Okay, we both adults. Let's be, respectful and professional. Like I want to be. I want to be not second guessing it. I don't want to have to build myself up to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I just want to just be natural. I want it to flow, and I want to like prioritize in myself be a no brainer. You know what I'm saying? I want to look back on at the end of the year. I want to look back. I'm gonna reflect on last year, like, woo! I'm constantly saying like confidently saying I'm no longer this person. You know what I'm saying? The old Dayla. I'm no longer the 2025 Dayla, the 2024 Dayla. I want to confidently say at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I'm no longer that Dayla. Like I didn't shed that, you know. So yeah, that's my goal for this year, and I'm doing everything I need to. I'm going to do everything I need to do to be to say those words at the end of this year or the beginning of that next year. Because yeah, it just was a rough year mentally. It just was. This was one of the hardest years mentally. Um, I fight like I felt like I was fighting for my life. I'm fighting everybody. I felt like I was tried by everybody, and I can honestly say I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever fight somebody got with me, whatever fight that I have to fight to get through to the other side. I'm ready for it. All right. If you waited this far, make sure you like my video. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you so much. If you just for clicking on this video, thank you for your support. And yeah, honestly, these videos are more so for me. And if you like going through something similar, like let me know. Like I ain't in this by myself. And hey, you just never know. All right. Y'all have a great year. Be consistent, stay focused, put yourself first, set your boundaries, stop that people pleasing, stop overplaying your role. All right. Bye.